welcome to this live webinar in partnership with the ESSCA School of Management. My name is Ilaria from Docsity, and I'm glad to be here today with Ellen Ward from the International Recruitment Office, and Evan No, Head of International Corporate Relations and Careers, and Tom, former students at ESSCA. I see that more participants are joining, so again, welcome and thanks for participating in this webinar with ESSCA School of Management. If you have any questions during the event, feel free to drop them into the Q&A box at any time, and we will take them in the last part of our event. I now leave the floor to Hélène, Anne, and Tom, who will introduce ESSCA, its academic offer and services. Welcome, and thanks for being with us today.
Hello, thank you, Ilaria. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining. So I will just share my screen right now. Okay, so yeah, my name is Ellen and I'm part of the international admissions team here at ESSCA. So yes, I'll first do a presentation about ESSCA, and then also about our postgraduate programs portfolio. Okay, so let's start. So Okay, so ESSCA School of Management, so it's a French business school, which was founded in 1909 in Angers in France. So it's a fully recognized school and has fully recognized programs. We actually belong to the 1% of business school in the world who hold the Triple Crown accreditation. So as you can see here with AACSB, EQUIS, and AMBA accreditations. And every year we're ranked among the best national and international rankings. Indeed, the school must comply with very strict standards to give you quality education and valuable diplomas. So regarding our campuses, we have 9 campuses in 3 countries, including France, Hungary, China, and soon in Spain and Luxembourg. We have 600 permanent faculty members, lecturers and international experts. Regarding the students, we have 7,500 students coming from more than 50 countries. We have also a big alumni network with more than 18,000 alumni. And also we work with a lot of partner companies in which you can do your internship or work after graduation from ESSCA. Okay. So here's just a map showing you the locations of our campuses in France. So we're based in Angers, in Paris, Strasbourg, Lyon, Bordeaux, Aix-en-Provence. We have also campuses in Budapest and Shanghai. And as I just said, we also will open soon a new location in Malaga in Spain and Luxembourg. So what else about our program? So we have a postgraduate program fully taught in English on all our campuses. We have a network of more than 279 partner universities in more than 50 countries. We also offer dual degrees for master's programs, and each year more than 1,000 students participate in exchange programs. So they can spend, for example, a semester in one of our partner universities, for example, in the US, in Canada, in Asia, Africa, for example. And also around 1,000 international students from 50 countries in the world come every year at ESSCA, including all programs. Okay. So now I will leave the floor to my colleague Anne about the employability of ESSCA.
Yeah. Here I am. Okay, so ESSCA, so you know, as you are doing a master's, you know, and one of the most important things, of course, is also the employability, because that's why you're studying, right? So I'm very happy to share with you that according to our graduate job survey held in 2022, ESSCA graduates find employment quickly and successfully. 81% of the students or graduates signed a contract before the end of their studies, which is actually the case of Tom, who we will meet with later on in this webinar. 93% were recruited in less than 4 months. 93% of the graduates are satisfied that their first contract matches their professional goals, and 91% were recruited by the company they wanted to work for, so their sort of dream company. So this is basically our top there. These are our top 20 employers. So as you can see, quite some well-known names like the Big Four, Deloitte, PwC, but also companies in the luxury world of Hermes. We have L'Oréal, it's more beauty. We have hospitality, Accor hotels. We have banks such as JP Morgan, and other FMCG companies like Mondelez, Henkel, tech companies like Google, insurance companies, Allianz, and even real estate when we look at Cushman and Wakefield.
Okay, thank you, Anne. And now, so it's time for me to present you our postgraduate program portfolio. So we have two types of programs. We have our Masters in Management, and we have our Masters in Science. Okay? So our Masters in Management, so it's a two-year program, with one equal program, one-year program. It offers different specializations, including finance, marketing, and management. You can study English or French. And then we have different types of masters. And they specialize in different topics, fields, for example, finance. We also have big data, digital. We have also luxury marketing, international and sustainable management, global business management. I do not have a background in management. Studied engineering basically.
Sorry, Helen. Sorry, I'm not sure if it's just on my side, but it looks like you're breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
Sound is yeah, we cannot hear you very well.
Okay. Shall I try maybe with the headphones?
Yeah, it should be better.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll try like this then. Okay, so this is our range of Masters of Science programs. So as I said, they are specialized in different fields. So it's basically a one-year program. And most of our Masters of Science are based in Paris. But we also have two based in Shanghai. So we have the MSc EU Asia Luxury Marketing, and we also have the MSc EU Asia Digital Marketing and Business. Okay, so this is for the big pictures regarding our postgraduate programs. So now about our application procedure. Just to give you some insights about the timeline. So the deadline to apply is end of June 2023. And so regarding the requirements of the application process, so in your online application form, we will ask you to provide us with a CV, cover letter for the chosen program, copy of the transcript of your undergraduate studies, and also a copy of your last diploma. So regarding the transcript diploma, so it will depend on which program you're applying for. If you're applying for a Master's in Management, we will require you to have a 3-year undergraduate degree, which is the equivalent of 180 ECTS credits. However, if you apply for the Masters of Science programs, we will ask you to have a 4-year undergraduate degree or an equivalent of 240 ECTS credits. Okay. So then you can also upload recommendation letters. So you can upload up to 2 recommendation letters. They can be from an academic, from a teacher, or also from a professional context, for example, from an internship. And then for all the program, we will require an English proficiency test, which is the B2 level minimum. Okay, so we require, for example, it corresponds to 6.0 for the IELTS test, English test. Okay. So once you have uploaded all the documents and have put all your information, you need to pay the application fee, which is 90 euros for both programs. Then our admissions team will review your application file. And then you will be offered 30-minute online interviews on Teams with our jury. Okay. So, and then after you get admitted, you will receive a formal acceptance letter confirming that you are registered in the program. Okay. Now, more information about scholarship and financial aid. So at ESSCA, we offer different types of scholarship according to the program you're applying for, but also to the profile of the students. We have excellent scholarship, diversity scholarship, for example, but please keep in mind that this is a partial scholarship, but you can accumulate also this scholarship with another type of scholarship. This is possible. Okay, and also regarding accommodation, so you can also receive potential financial aid from the French government when you arrive in September. You can ask for financial help for accommodation expenses. Also regarding the scholarship, I forgot to mention that you apply for a scholarship at the same time that you apply for the programs, because you will see a section in the application about the scholarship. So you will just have to mention that you're interested in the scholarship and mention in one paragraph on why you should benefit from the scholarship. Okay. Okay, and now if you want to have some more information about the programs or the student experience at ESSCA, feel free to reach out to our student ambassadors. You can find them on our ESSCA website. As you can see here, they are coming from various backgrounds, and so they will be more than happy to answer all the questions you may have. Okay, so thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to our admissions team here on our email, international.admissions@esca.fr. Now it's time for our alumni session. So I leave the floor to Tom and for the sharing session. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if there we are. Good. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
So for your information, Tom is joining us from Barcelona. And we're just going to talk to him, and I'll have a couple of questions for him. So maybe first of all, you would like to tell us about your educational background. Why did you choose for ESSCA? And what has been your educational background, but also including maybe your internship experiences?
Yeah. So for me, basically, I come from a city in the south of France called Aix-en-Provence. I didn't really know what to do after my high school, but I went to some convention. I met some ESSCA people, which I talked a lot to them, and they told me like they share their experiences, etc. And it was quite interesting for me because I wanted to travel during my studies, and ESSCA what was able to offering me that kind of thing. So I went to the Lyon campus for my first 3 years, and I made different internship. I started 2 years ago, an experience of 6 months in a French startup at Barcelona, and that's why I came back now, because I such enjoyed this. It's an incredible city, and so now I'm starting my professional career here. But after my internship in Spain, I went to Berlin for 6 months for another internship in another company, in more or less a rental agency and property management. And it was also a very cool experience for me to have. And yeah, I think travel during our studies is the key to be like an international student afterwards.
So now you are in Barcelona. So can you tell me what exactly you're doing today, and how did ESSCA help you in finding your internships and finding your current position?
So basically, I'm here at Amenities, which is a Spanish company that sells software to hotel managers, and I'm more or less teaching to hotel manager how to configure it and use it. I'm also helping them in their questioning, in their pricing strategy, etc. So it's quite interesting for me, and I'm a bit of like I like to do the things by myself. So I know that ESSCA had a lot of resources in terms of partnership, company, etc. But when I'm searching for an internship abroad, I like it to do things by my own. So that's what I did. But like ESSCA has been a really good help because like studying in this kind of school is very trustable for the people that are recruiting you, because like they know what you will be able to do. They know what you will be able to manage, to work under pressure, to like evolve also in the company if you have some goals in it. So yeah, I think for that kind of thing, and for the internationalization, because ESSCA push you to travel a lot during your studies. And so now I can speak Spanish, I can speak English, and that was not the case at the beginning of my study, obviously.
Okay, and during your studies, what sort of skills, maybe hard skills or soft skills, do you think did you learn, or did you sort of start to master, and what skills are very useful in your actual position?
The first one, I think, and being able like to speak to anybody, to talk to anybody, and being comfortable to do that, knowing what I'm talking about. My soft skill will be like, yeah, I can have a conversation on anything, and I can work under a lot of pressure. I'm able to do a lot of teamwork because at ESSCA it's a thing that they are pushing forward. And that's very cool, like to be in a company and to be able like to say to someone like, hey, we can work together and we will go further than if we are going like alone.
Okay. What sort of services are available at ESSCA when it comes to career preparation? Any workshops that you followed?
Yeah, for sure. In like as long as you are studying at ESSCA, you have like I don't know, but at least one workshop a year that is like engaging you to whereas work on your CV, work on your experience, how to like how to talk about it, what is like interesting to highlight for recruiters. ESSCA has also a lot of partnership. They are always like presenting companies at the school. In every school, you have like presentation of companies that are recruiting intern from ESSCA, so dedicating to those interns. So that was very cool. And you have also an ESSCA career platform that allows you to show some offers that are only available for ESSCA student or for like business school student. So yeah, I think you have all the resource to find a good one. Just you to have to search a bit, but that's normal.
And in terms of student life, how was the atmosphere? How easy was it to make new friends? What is the community? What is it like at ESSCA?
Yeah, actually, there were a lot of activities that were put in place. Basically, when you arrive at ESSCA, there is like some parties, some afternoons, etc., that are like that are proposed by ESSCA just for the newcomers to meet. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I'm someone that is like sociable, so it's really like easy for me to make friends, but I think it's a bit weird when you are beginning a commercial school because you like everybody is in the same boat, you know, like you don't know anyone and you're just arriving, so you can talk to anybody and basically they are feeling the same as you. So yeah, you can easily create links and it's just for you to entertain it if you want. And I met like some pretty cool friends that are still one of my best friends. So yeah, that's very cool. And actually, I think the student life that I preferred was at Angers because it's a bigger campus. So Angers is a pretty cool city, even if the name is not really inspiring, but it's really a cool city. When you are a student, you have so much things to do. Even on the cultural or nightlife, there is like so many things to do, and it's super cool to be a student here. But Lyon was a very cool campus too. And they have a gym in both campus, and that was a big plus for me because I like to do sports after school. So yeah, it was cool.
And they also have a piano, right, in Angers?
Yeah, you have actually in Angers you have like a lot of things. They have like a room for music, so you have piano, guitar. I know that there were some group that were repeating here, so yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so for your information, Angers was our first campus, which we opened in 1909. And it's between Nantes and Paris. It's about 1.5 hours by train to Paris. And like Tom was saying, it's a very charming small town. Yeah, and it has a very good feel to it. For your information, for those especially who want to do international business in English on our Angers campus. Have you done anything like curricular activities with while being a student? Did you do anything for ESSCA?
Yeah, actually I was doing a thing that is called Zubdeco. That is like you go to college around your city to help like students, like so kids basically between like 12 and 15 years old, to learn and to like do their homework, etc. And it's like it's quite in difficult college, so you have like to help them a lot and to manage them because they are not always like happy to do them homework, but it's really a good experience to do it, and it forged me a lot to like all improve myself, I would say, because like it's really weird to see like how other people are treated and how you can help them. And yeah, I think it has to be a part of your student journey too.
Mm. And what about afterwards? Because so now have you graduated already?
No, I haven't graduated already, but when I was aiming to go to Barcelona, I knew that I wanted to be there for a long time. So basically, I contact a company which I am now, called Amenities, that recruit me for a full-time job. So I will not have to search a job after my studies because I am already in it, and so I have already the wages of someone that is in a current position. So that's very cool for me.
Mm. And well, actually, we met, Tom and I, about a month ago. We had an alumni event in Barcelona on a rooftop. So would you say with like young graduates like yourself or like alumni from ESSCA, is it easy to sort of meet former ESSCA students in Barcelona or even when you were in Berlin, for example? Because that's also part of ESSCA being like an older school. We have over 18,000 alumni all over the world. So that's also quite an advantage, right? If you are in Barcelona and
Yeah, actually, I met them only in Barcelona because there were an event, but even when I was in Berlin or for my different internship, you have like basically a file with all the contact of the alumni, and you can just email them. And I was doing that for my internship, because I think it's like it's better for you if you can contact them directly. And as they saw you with an ESSCA email, they always answer you. And even those who were not able to really help me, they managed to give me some advice or to redirect me to someone that can help me to find an internship, etc. So yeah, it was very cool to enjoy that.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add, or do you have any questions, or do you have what would you say? What would be your tip or tips for a student that or future students who are here today with us who would like to apply? Do you have any tips or advice?
Not really. I will say just like travel and develop as many connections as you can. This will always be like meaningful, even if it's not now, it will be later. And like your student life is supposed to be like your best year, but after you will have other years that are still the best one. And yeah, just enjoy, share, be happy, and make connection and travel, because travel, I think, is the most important thing to make good memories and to be more open-minded than you are actually.
Well, thank you so much, Tom.
My pleasure.
I see there are lots of questions in the chat box, so please stay there as well, Tom.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all for your insightful presentations and sharings. I would like to remind our audience that they are going to receive an email after the event with a link to the recording, so you can rewatch it in case you missed anything. And since we have quite a lot of questions, I would say that we can start going through them. Wishing to be able to take all of them by the end of the event. Otherwise, you can always contact Docsity or ESSCA, and we'll be more than happy to help you as much as possible. Okay, so let's start with the questions. So we have a registered participant from Spain, hello, who is asking if you also offer online courses.
Okay, so I'll answer if that's okay. So for the online courses, for the programs I've mentioned in my presentation, these are face-to-face programs, so it won't be proposed online. No.
Okay, thank you very much, Helen. We have Liza, who is asking if it is needed a background in business to get admitted in one of your programs.
Okay, so not necessarily. As I mentioned, we have like postgraduate programs which do not require background in business. So our MSc Global Business Management is actually tailored for students who do not have a background in business, but also for some specialization of our Masters in Management. It's kind of okay if you don't have a background in business, because you can catch up these management subjects. At the very beginning of the year, we offer a 1-month training, which we call the fundamentals of business, and you can join this 1-month track to catch up with these subjects.
Great, amazing, thank you. Let's go to another question. So a participant is asking if you offer student counseling. I guess they are talking both when it comes to the admission and all that that is connected with the life on campus, career services, student services, and also counseling when it comes to career. So maybe you can give us a quick overview of all the services that you can provide to students, especially international students.
Yes, so regarding career counseling, we do have the Career Center at ESSCA, so you can benefit from this Career Center at ESSCA for any questions related to what I want to do after these programs, how can I find an internship after I graduate, after a job. And then counseling, maybe regarding the admissions, we are a recruitment team, and so when you get in touch with us, you can get counseling on how to to do with successful applications, so we can be in touch by emails, calls. You can also request a one-on-one meeting with our admissions team, so we can help you verify.
Great, thank you. Also, we have a question about the validity of the degrees. The participant is asking if they are recognized at worldwide level.
Yes, as I said, we are triple accredited, so all our programs are recognized, so meaning that the degree with us will be internationally recognized.
Great, thank you. Another participant is asking about language requirements. So is it necessary to speak French to come and study ESSCA? And if you provide any language courses for international students also in other languages than French?
So yes, no, it's not a requirement to speak French to join our programs, because our programs are fully taught in English. There might be like a few specialization only taught in French, but for most of the specialization, it will be in English. And also we offer language courses, like options that you can join also if you want to learn a new language.
Okay, great, thank you. And also, we have another question about exams. So maybe Tom can also share his experience on this. So the question is about what happens if you fail an exam. Is it possible to retake exams in case one wants to get a higher or better mark? And generally speaking, maybe you can give us like an overview of what it's like to study and make exams at ESSCA, if there are many teamworks, possibility to interact with companies, and maybe Tom, you can tell us what was, according to your experience, the most interesting aspects of what you enjoyed most in studying at ESSCA.
Yeah, actually, for what I remember, you have always in your mark of the year, like you have a mark for your course. So what happened in class. So you have some little exam in class, but also a lot of presentation on teamwork. And that's cool because like you can go further with people, and so you can be able to work with tons of different people, which is pretty cool. And for the exam, you can retake it. Like if you fail, you have an opportunity, like I think it's like 2 or 3 months later, because it's at the end of the year. So you will be able to retake it, and by preparing well, it will be good. But from my experience, I never retake an exam, but I never did so much well in class either. I was always like, yeah, between like 12 and 15. So this was good. And you have to work, not really hard, but you have to work consistently. So it's like it's like teach you how to like manage your time and things like that, because work in your everyday life will be like that. You will not have a rush every day. It will be more like you have to be consistent every day. You have to work from 8 hours to 6 every day, be there and like be able to work and spend your time on that.
Thank you very much for your sharing, Tom. And when it comes to faculty, maybe Hélène or Anne can tell us something about like where the professors come from, what they were, if they maybe also have any business background, if they have contacts or networks with companies. So trying to give our audience some insight about the network that will be able to build by studying at ESSCA.
Well, we have 600 permanent staff, academic staff, and I know that I don't exactly know the percentage, but like 30 or 40% is external, not external, but international faculty. For example, so I'm based out of the Lyon campus, and I know there are around 20 professors. For example, there's an Italian professor, Stefano, who teaches international business. Yes, international business. And yeah, it's very. I myself, I'm Dutch. I'm not faculty, but Helen herself, she's half English, half French. So yeah, it's quite an international environment.
Amazing, thank you. And coming back to our audience questions, someone is asking what are the best career options after finishing the master, and what are the advantages of taking a master instead of finishing the studies with a bachelor's degree?
I'll take that one. So if you do a bachelor degree, it's 3 years or 4 years, depending, but at ESSCA it's 3 years. You are trained to, after those 3 years, to do your first entry job. So it's for those people who don't see themselves studying for 4 or 5 years. No, they want to continue and they want to specialize. But so a bachelor is like you do your 3 years, you do 1 or 2 internships, and then you go out onto the work floor. Because some people don't know, for example, after those 3 years, what they exactly want to do, and they want to have some work experience first. And then very often they maybe work 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then they decide, okay, yeah, maybe do an MBA or do a master's would be a good idea. On the other hand, you also have students who start with a bachelor, and then when they're done, they think, you know what, I sort of know where I want to go, and I want to specialize in, I don't know, luxury management or international business. And then they go on straight after their bachelor with a master's. So it really depends. When it comes to what is the best career option, I think that was part of the question as well. That is really, it's about you. It differs for every person, and you know, my motto is do what you love what you do, and it's also for you a way of sort of getting to know yourself while studying, and then do internships, have professional experiences, and see if this is something that you really like, and maybe not at all. But you know, and I know you're very young, and you probably still don't know, you know, where you want to go, but while studying and while doing internship experiences, you will get a clearer picture.
Great, thanks for the amazing advice, Anne. And we have a participant is asking if you offer any kind of support for students with learning disabilities or problems.
So yeah, I can answer this. Yes, so we do have like a tutoring system. If you experience some difficulties at the beginning of the year, please tell us, and we can help you with that. And we have this tutoring system actually at ESSCA. So yeah.
Thank you. And staying like on the administrative part of the job, students are asking if you can cover again the part related to scholarships, please.
Oh yeah, for scholarship, just like I mentioned before in my presentation, so we do offer scholarship programs. So the scholarship will, so we will have different types of scholarship. We have excellence scholarship, diversity scholarship, and some scholarship which are related to a specific program, like bachelor scholarship or master scholarship. So, but there are partial scholarships. So usually they cover up to 2,500 euros. So it's a partial scholarship that you can combine with another scholarship. And how to apply to this scholarship? So you need to apply at the same time when you apply for the program. So there will be a section in the application form, and you will need to answer yes to the question, are you interested in a scholarship? And you will have to explain in a few lines why this scholarship will benefit your studies at ESSCA.
Thank you very much, Hélène. And also we have a participant asking if you have any partnership in companies to do internship in Asia. Very specific question.
Well, we have a campus in Shanghai.
Oh, great.
So there are, yeah, well, there is, for example, I can give you a very clear example. Very recently, there is a car manufacturer in China who is looking to expand in Europe, and they are looking for 50 interns from ESSCA to come to China. So yes, this is one of the examples I could give you, but because we've been in Shanghai since 2007, we have also corporate relations in Asia.
Thank you very much. Great news, I guess, for all our participants who are interested in very international experiences. We have a question for Tom. So which do you think is the most important soft and hard skills to find a good job after your graduation or while studying, like you were mentioning, this is your case?
I think like for hard skill, basically it depends obviously of the master you are doing, but I think on the soft skill, it's maybe like to be able to collaborate with everyone, because when you are in a new job position, you always need help for someone, and you have to be like in good term with everyone, but not just in good terms. You have also like really to be able to speak and be like friendly, because you have to like send a good vibe and other will help you. And so you have to learn how to teamwork and how to respect the other, because when you do a teamwork, there's often one person that will take like the power more or less for the group, and you have to deal with that and manage it, but softly. Like you have to say like, okay, you want to have this idea and to put it in the presentation. Okay, but this person has this idea and maybe we can discuss about it before deciding everything, etc. So I think, yeah, that's the most powerful soft skill that I learned in my school.
And if I may add to that, I think what you will learn during a master's is there will be at ESSCA, we do a lot of group works and projects. So during these group works with other students, you will have to work as a team. So you will be educated, schooled, and it is very good for your soft skills. So just for your information, soft skills are, you know, how do you behave in a situation? How do you work in a group? How do you communicate? How do you handle a stressful situation? Whereas technical skills or hard skills, they are more skills that you can learn. It can be Excel. It can be a language. Okay. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you very much both for your answers. We have also questions about how much is it expensive to live in France. And again, they are asking if it's needed to learn the language, like to communicate outside the university, I guess.
Yeah, so I can answer that. So well, the expenses will vary according to where you live. For example, Paris will be the most expensive.
Sorry, Ellen, we cannot hear you very well again.
Sorry, is it better like this? No,
not really.
Is it okay? No.
Okay, meanwhile, I really would like to thank again all our participants for being with us and asking so many questions. You will receive a recording of the event after we end our session today, so you will be able to watch it in case you missed anything or join us later than the beginning. So coming back to the questions, we were asking Ellen if is it expensive to live in France and if is it necessary to study or be able to speak French to communicate outside the university.
Yeah, so I hope you can hear me better now.
A little bit, yes, thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, as I said, the budget will be different according to the city where you live in. In Paris, for accommodation, it can be up to 1,000 euros. Or the expenses in other cities like maybe Angers, Lyon will be maybe more about 500, 600 euros. But as I mentioned, for accommodation, you can have financial help from the CAF, CAF. So it's at the beginning of the year you can apply for this financial help, which will help you finance your accommodation.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. We have a couple of questions and I think they are related one another. So a participant is sharing his or her thought. So they're saying the higher education market is full of Master of Science in Management. Why do you think one should choose ESSCA among all these great offer, and why should they choose to study in France rather than any other country in Europe?
Oh, I can answer this. Well, why France and why an MSc in France? I think in France we are a big economic power, and I think this is one of the assets on why you should consider France for your studies. As we mentioned with Anne, we have lots of very well-known companies that are French and represented in many countries in the world and in very various sectors. So I think this is why you should consider doing your MSc in France, and especially in Paris, where we are located in Boulogne-Billancourt, which is very close to big companies' headquarters. So I think this could be very interesting for you.
Definitely.
And why ESSCA is because we are triple accredited. We are an old school, so we have like know-how and expertise. And we are also an international French business school. We are the only French business school with 6 campuses in France, but really developing internationally now as well, offering postgraduate or post-bac baccalaureate programs in French, but also in English, which is not everywhere the case. And because of us being quite an old school, we also have the connections with the companies, as Hélène was saying.
Thank you very much, Anne. Okay, we have a participant asking if there is a limit in the number of admitted students per year or per program.
So yes, we do have, of course, limits in the number of admitted students. So maybe the class, the size of the class will also depends on the program you choose. Maybe for the Masters in Management, you will be more like 20, because we like to have small style seminar classes at ESSCA. And for the MSc, I would say around 10. So it's really, you won't be lost in the middle of with 200 students in a big theater. No, it's not like that.
Thank you very much, Hélène, for your answer. And one thing that I would like to ask, since there is a limited in the number of students that you accept per year, is there any advice that you would like to share with our audience to stand out in the admission process?
Yeah, so yeah, if you want to stand out in the admission process, I think you should really spend some time in your admission application file. Make a good CV, make a good cover letter. Of course, we look at the transcript, the grades, but not only this. We will also look at your activities, if you have done any internships or if you have worked. These are elements that we will look at, especially for our postgraduate program that you're applying for. So these are really important. And also, you can also talk with us prior to your admission interview, and you can receive help, on how to apply. For the interview, it's good that you can train yourself to do a very good presentation of yourself, like in 5 minutes, and to explain what are your achievements, what are you looking for, what are your plans after you graduate from ESSCA. These are really important.
Great, thank you very much. And I think Tom asked to leave due to job reasons. So thank you very much, Tom, for joining us, for your time today. It was a pleasure to having you with us. And thanks again, and best of luck for your future.
Yeah, thanks a lot to you, and maybe we will see each other again at an ESSCA campus next year. See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye,
Bye.
Tom.
Bye.
Okay, I think we have a couple of more questions, so maybe we can try to get to take as many of them as possible. A student is asking if it is possible to apply and study at ESSCA if they already have a job.
Can I apply if I already have a job? Yes, I mean, for a postgraduate program, we have applicants who worked before or who are currently working, and they are looking to continue with their studies because maybe they finished with a bachelor and now they want to study a master. So yes, this is possible.
But it's the idea is not that they can work and study at the same time.
Oh yeah, if you're talking like about a student job, yes, you can do this. You're entitled. You can work during your studies, but you have a limited numbers of hours, like 20 hours per week.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we have many participants interested in language skills, language courses, and even if it's something that we have already covered at the beginning of our Q&A session, maybe we can give another very quick overview to our participants that joined us afterwards. So is it possible to learn French while studying at ESSCA? Is it possible to find a job, for example, in other European countries, or even if without having a very high level of French proficiency?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, you can study in English, so there's no need to have like a C1 or C2 level of French. Of course, it's better to speak a little French for your daily life in France, but yeah, no, most of our programs are taught in English, so.
And when it comes to a career afterwards in either France or in Europe, you know, I have to be honest and realistic that if you are a English speaker and your French is very limited, then to go and apply for a French speaking job in France, that's probably not going to work. However, there are opportunities. I mean, look at myself. I said, you know, I'm Dutch myself. I've always managed to find job opportunities in France, but as a young graduate or as a young professional, in that case, maybe find a link. So, for example, if you are Chinese, then see if you can find, for example, in Paris, you find a Chinese company. So they would be looking for someone who speaks Chinese, or it would be maybe a French company who is doing business with China. So find a link with maybe your own home country or your language, even Spanish. So you know, looking at a Spanish company based in France, or you know, there are opportunities for sure, and you don't always have to speak French fluently. Also, what I always say to students, international students, is to really leverage, for example, well, we organize international recruitment days for international students, but you could also, like Tom was saying, you know, it's really, we are here to help you, ESSCA, but we are not to find you a job or an internship, because we are not a placement agency. That's just not how it works. Of course, we're here to help you. But for example, so we have this job board where we have job opportunities to which you can apply. But, you know, there are other things that you could discover, for example, I don't know, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in France. So, but, you know, maybe go find some sort of a connection with your own home country or with the language you speak on a daily basis, your native language.
Thank you very much, and for your answers. And we have quite a specific question from Matt, who is asking information about the employment rate for graduates who get a degree from ESSCA. I don't know if you have any figures about that.
I think we showed that, right, in the presentation.
Yes.
I believe it's like around 93% they have an offer like Tom before they graduate, and similar 92%, maybe 3 months after they graduate. So that the employment rates are pretty high.
Thank you very much. And actually, I have a question, even if it's not from our audience. Maybe we can quickly go through the application deadlines. So as we are talking with potential international students who are maybe willing to apply for studying at ESSCA, maybe we can tell them what are your next deadlines in terms of applications.
Yeah, so yeah, the deadline is to apply is June the 30th. So yeah, it's quite soon, but it's important, especially if you are applying for a visa, a student visa in your country. That's why we ask you to apply soon in advance, especially for visa and also accommodation reasons.
Great, amazing, Hélène. So thank you very much for all your answers. And I would like to tell our audience that even if the deadline is quite close, like don't miss the opportunity to get in touch with ESSCA if you are interested, write to us as Docsity or directly to ESSCA, as it is a very important choice and decision for your future. Don't waste the opportunity to talk directly with the university, to the institutions you are interested in, as this can really make a difference in making the right choice. So I
have one more tip for you guys. If ever you are really interested in studying at ESSCA and you have some questions, one tip for you is to go on the LinkedIn ESSCA website. So you click on the logo ESSCA, and then you will get to the home side of ESSCA, and then there will be underneath the logo there will be like a little text that says, or column that says alumni. And then what you can do, you click on alumni, and then you can actually write down the location. So say, for example, you live in Mexico, then you type in ESSCA Mexico, the location, and then the alumni of ESSCA, they will actually pop up, the ones that are living in Mexico or who have worked in the past in Mexico or who are doing an internship. And then maybe reach out to them via LinkedIn so that you can have a chat. Like, okay, I see that you've done the Master in Management at ESSCA in 2005. I'm considering, I would like to have some more information about the city, Paris, Lyon, and your experience. So that could maybe be a tip for you to get some more inside information.
Thank you very much, Anne. I think we got to the end of our session. I would like to remind again our audience that they are going to receive an email with the link to the recording of the event. And I also would like to thank again Hélène and Anne on joining this event, for giving our audience the chance to get precious information and advice. And last but not least, thank to all the participants for your time, all the questions that you shared. We really hope that this session was useful for you, and look forward to getting in touch with you again in our future events in partnership with ESSCA. Thank you very much, everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.